Hi, I'm Janine and my channel is Janine Sews. I talk about sewing a wardrobe for a woman over 50, and today we're going to talk about free patterns from Canadian pattern designers and sewing frugally. Before I get too far into this video, I just want to say thank you to all of you who have subscribed. I have a number of new subscribers and there are a lot of people who've been around for a while, and I truly, very sincerely appreciate you and thank you for watching even a couple of minutes of my videos. Today's video is focused on free patterns from Canadian pattern designers. And this came about because I decided to participate in Sew Frugal 22. Now I'm going to share a lot of information in today's video, so I have timestamps down below and all of the details on the different patterns that I mention down below. First, I'm going to give you a very high-level overview of Sew Frugal 2022. Then I'm going to talk about free patterns from Canadian pattern designers, garments, and then other things. And then I'm going to go into a little bit more detail about Sew Frugal 2022, the prizes that are available, and how you can enter. So if you want to skip through things, there are timestamps down below. Sew Frugal 22 is put together by two YouTubers, Sam from Frugalisma and Ruan from the Yorkshire Sew Girl have put together this challenge. Basically, it's by March 31st, 2022, sew a garment for a human being using a free pattern and fabric from your stash. That's the basis of this. So I'm going to talk about free patterns from Canadian designers that you can use for this challenge. When I decided to participate in Sew Frugal 2022, I put a plea on Instagram to the #CanadaSews group and asked for people to share with me information that they had on Canadian pattern designers who had free patterns. And several people responded. So this information is not just the fruits of my labor. There were many people who participated. So thank you very much to that group. So why am I focusing on Canadian pattern designers? Well, if you've watched my videos, you might be aware that I'm a Canadian who lived in the States for 25 years and moved back to Canada in the summer of 2021. And there's something about being an expat. When you come home or when you think of home, you're a lot more patriotic than you might have been when you lived in that country. So I am really pleased to share with people pattern designers from my home and native land. Because there's a lot of great stuff that's going on in Canada, and the wonderful thing about PDF patterns is you can access them from anywhere. You don't have to try to find them in a store. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. You can download them if you see something that's of interest to you. So let's talk about what garment patterns I've found that are free. The first one that I want to mention is from Pollywoggle Sewing Studio, and it's for kids. It's a rash guard. So if you have little ones in your world who are going to be running around outside in the sun and you want to give them a little bit of protection, they have a free kids rash guard pattern. Then we have for men the Aerosmith undershirt from Thread Theory Design. And this is sized for a 35 to 47.5-inch chest. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to be looking down a lot because I've got a full book full of notes because I'm over 50 and I can't remember all this stuff. I have a hard enough time remembering what I'm going to say next. So that's the Thread Theory Aerosmith undershirt. Then there's a company called Oh Lulu that has lingerie patterns, lots of lingerie patterns, and they have two free patterns. The first is for Celeste panties. That's knickers to those of you in the UK. That's the Celeste panties pattern is for a waist of 34 to 45 inches. Then they also offer the Hyacinth bralette for a bust size of 32 to 47 inches. Studio Calico offers the thong bodysuit pattern for US sizes 2 to 18, and that's described as a loose-fitting top with short kimono sleeves, a front tie, and of course a thong, because it's a thong bodysuit. One thing about that pattern, there are no sewing instructions included. So if you're not an experienced sewist, you might want to take a close look before you print everything out and cut, in case you need some extra assistance. One other thing I forgot to mention, some of these patterns, you may need to sign up for a free newsletter subscription to get access to the pattern. Then now we're into regular garments. From Anna Zoe Design, we have the Tabitha tank, and that comes in a B or C bust cup for an upper bust, so a high bust measurement of 31 to 46 inches. Then there is Closet Core Patterns, which many of you may have heard of. They have the core t-shirt. So that's a boxy t-shirt with 2 lengths and different sleeve variations. It comes in sizes 0 to 32. Ensemble Patterns also offers a t-shirt. It's the Greco t-shirt, and that's a slouchy t-shirt. That's a slouchy t-shirt, so a little bit different shape, and that's in sizes 32 to 46 inch bust. Helen's Closet, very well-known Canadian company, offers the Luna tank, and that sizes up to a 60 inch bust. And that's described as a super swingy, summery tank. It's 2 different lengths. I think you will see in the picture here that it is pretty swingy. And then finally, a pattern that I have sewn myself twice. That's the Jolie Emily. And that comes in girls and women's sizes from a 21 to a 51 inch bust. It's a sweater, turtleneck. I'm going to post a link up here to when I just reviewed it. Square neck, and it's got dropped shoulders. It's kind of cocoon shaped. It's a very simple pattern to make. If it's still cold where you are, this might be a fun option. Now for me, with my over 50 body, I'm actually thinking, I have wanted to learn to make lingerie. I may try some of the Olulu patterns. And then I think that I'm going to look at the Ensemble Greco t-shirt. That's what I'm thinking of right now. So let's talk about the other style of patterns, the non-garment patterns that are free. And there are quite a few of those as well. Of course, if you want to enter the Sew Frugal 22 contest, you have to make a garment, so these wouldn't qualify you for a prize, but great way to get some sewing in, use up some of your scrap, make a little gift for someone. These are all good ideas for items like that. So the first is from Elegance and Elephants. That's E&E Patterns, and they have a knotted tote bag. Then Sew Fiona Designs. They have kind of a cute little kit that would make a great gift. It's little reusable face wipes, so if you're using for when you take your makeup off, and a little case to hold them, plus a lingerie bag to throw them in the wash. That's from Sew Fiona Designs. Victory Patterns has the Madrid tote. Helen's Closet has the Sam apron and the Costa tote. Closet Core Patterns has a poof. It's a big old footrest, and a lot of people fill it with their fabric scraps. And they also have a dog coat. Threadora Gowns, and they offer a free half-scale mannequin pattern. So you can learn to make a really elegant gown in a half-scale mannequin size. Don't have to use all that fabric, but you learn some of the techniques. So that's from Threadora Gowns. And finally, Emmeline bags. They're quite well known. They donate a lot of stuff as prizes throughout the world. They have 4 free bag patterns for everything from just a little makeup bag to proper handbags. So those are all of the other free patterns that are available, all from Canadian pattern companies. So there are lots of options there depending on what you want to sew, and if you want to sew something for yourself, if you want to enter the challenge, if you just want to use up some of your fabric stash or scraps. So here are all the details on this challenge if you want to participate in the challenge. You don't have to. If you want to, you can. So the challenge is to sew a garment for a human being from a free pattern using fabric from your stash. Free pattern means something that's free to everybody in the world, not just because somebody gave it to you for free. Fabric from your stash means fabric that you've already purchased. Don't go out and buy anything new. You can use new notions, that's fine. Make up your garment and post it on Instagram. Make sure you have a public profile on Instagram. Post it on Instagram by March 31st, 2022 with the hashtag SewFrugal22. Sam and Rowan will then be doing random drawings for all of these wonderful prizes. They aren't all free PDFs. There's a bunch of great stuff here. There are a ton of prizes, and these are available to anybody in the world so long as they've entered a garment from fabric in their stash by March 31st, 2022. You don't have to go out and find patterns on your own. Sam and Rowan have organized 60 YouTubers, people like me, who are posting videos from mid-February through March with free patterns that they have found. Maybe they've tried. Some people might be focusing on one pattern. Some people have a bunch of different patterns. They're looking at different shapes, different sizes, different styles. So there's a playlist that I'm going to link down below where you can go out and find all of these great videos. And of course, these free patterns are probably going to be available well into the future. So if you're looking at this 3 years from now, you should still be able to find some of these free patterns, or all of them maybe. So I am going to dig through my stash and pull out a couple of things that have just been sitting there for too long and make myself a couple of things for spring weather. And I'll post them, it'll be late March or early April. I am going to just sew free things from Canadian pattern designers. So I hope this is a fun challenge for you. I know many people are watching pennies now. The price of everything is going up. So it's a great time to take advantage of what is out there and is free. Use up the fabric that you've got in your stash. Use up some scraps. Try a new pattern designer. Support someone who's in a creative industry by trying their patterns and even just checking out their website to see what they have. If you know of other free Canadian patterns or even other Canadian pattern designers, please let me know. You can DM me or you can put a note down in comments. I think it'd be fun in a few months to have a bunch of Canadian designers that we can share and educate the world about what's being done in our country. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're well, and I'll see you soon with my Sew Frugal Make.